My persuasive speech is on education. What if I could tell you your tuition could go down? Or that the loans you have accrued throughout your college years could decrease or even diminish? The tuition of college students are constantly rising every year, and most of you know that. Today, it is 400% more expensive to go to college in the United States than it was 30 years ago. Most students could work part-time and steadily pay off their tuition, but sadly that is unheard of today. Unlike before, students now are in need of a college education because of the demand from employers to gain the knowledge for that specific career field. People back then could come out of high school and find a job and be able to work their way up, but now jobs that allow people that only have a high school education is very rare. Due to the rise of tuition, many students cannot afford to pay their loans, and in turn causing the economy to face the biggest student loan debt that the country has ever faced. In this speech, I will talk about how the government can help bring down tuition. The three key points are: increased investment on education, allow a certain percentage of loan forgiveness for anyone, and enact a federal tuition maximum. The first, increased investment on education. Education has proven to be a key factor in countries that have successfully advanced to become a superpower. Citizens who are educated can advance in technology that improves war tech, medicine, transportation, social living, and etc. The United States is not the leader of the cognitive skills within the world, but what sets the United States apart is the fact that it has made education available to everyone. Before, when this all started, the United States was one of the few countries that let every one of its citizens be able to go to school and get an education. However, what if we took it a step further and invested more into education? Not only would it help us get better technology and a better way of living, the economy would boom, making the United States an even more formidable country, thus improving relations with other countries because everyone would want to be allies with us. It is proven that the higher the test scores within the country, the higher the growth rate of the economy. Next, allowing a certain percentage of loan forgiveness for anyone. There exists a loan forgiveness already, but can only be obtained by public service workers and usually take a long time to take effect. But with this idea of a certain percentage loan forgiveness for any student, not only does it help the student themselves, it will help the economy. The national debt of student loans is said to be bigger than the credit card debt. The percentage of loan that is forgiven should be determined through the academic scores and work ethic of the student. The better and harder they work, the more loan forgiveness they obtain. Using this tactic will also be a driver to have more people attend college and get a proper education. This will especially help those who cannot find a job right away after graduating, so they won't be paying as much as they would without the forgiveness. Finally, putting a cap on the tuition. Many universities charge a ridiculous amount of money for students to go to their schools. Children are the future, and if we don't take care of them, and if we don't properly educate them, what will happen to this country? A decline in the economy will be the result of this. Many students decide not to get a college education because of the amount that is needed to go to school. This really hurts the economy because then some of these people become unemployed, and the government will in turn have to spend more and more money to provide for these people. It is already seen how now here in Detroit, many young adults are unable to provide for themselves and their family because of the lack of education that is needed to get a proper paying job. This will be a continuous cycle that is passed into future generations for people who do not obtain the proper education to get a good paying job. It will hurt the economy, and it will also hurt you. In the long run, putting a cap and allowing more students to obtain a proper education will be the key success to a better future. The cap will be enough for the universities to be able to operate and still provide students the best education for them to become successful. These three things can work together to help put a stop on this national debt. In the long run, everyone will gain something from this, and the economy will be booming. Let's invest in education because education is key, and without it, we have nothing.